Welcome to the Ingersöll Show.
What is good? Ash, how we doing?
Bring it on, dude.
So Buff Bake. You made a bunch of swole cookies.
Swole cookies. Yep.
And you did that for 4 years?
4.5 years, yeah. So we started Buff Bake January 2014. I applied for LLC.
Ooh, wow. LLC, California LLC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, the weird about California LLCs is they charge you like $800 a year.
Do they? We ended up switching to a C Corp.
Right.
And I don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
My other business partner handled all of the businessy stuff, and I did all the fun stuff.
Well, because like converting your LLC to a C Corp and all that stuff is fucking boring.
Yeah. Bye. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Don't they have lawyers for this? Why am I even thinking about this shit?
Exactly.
Yeah. And so you left there, and now you're making delicious sweet potato puffs.
Yep. So I left Buff Bake. I sold half my equity to my business partners last March, April. Yeah, thank you. And I started Spudsy. So I saw a white space in the market. Like I saw these people creating stuff that revolved around cauliflower and chickpeas, and I don't want to eat those things. And so I created a sweet potato puff because I feel like sweet potato was a vegetable that wasn't being utilized. And yeah, I started with the puffs. The puffs were really trending and still are. And I was shocked when I learned that sweet potato puffs didn't exist. So I became obsessed with the idea of bringing them to life.
Well, now you get to live in Groundhog's Day, because I'm going to tell you the story that I already told you. Yeah, so we had the mics drop about 10 minutes after recording this, and now she gets to listen to this really stupid story again. So when I was in 5th grade, Derek Pattinson.
Wait,
almost Derek.
Derek.
We can call him Dirk.
Okay.
Shout out to Dirk Pattinson. Whoever that guy is.
Hi, Derek.
And we play the WWF game with Stone Cold and Hulk and all that shit. And we would take the Cheeto Puffs and we would just dip them in red hot sauce and just eat them nonstop. It's like the most unhealthy diet humanly possible.
Love it.
Do you think parents are like more cognizant now? They're like not allowing their kids to do some crazy shit like that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. With snacking, don't you think so?
I think so.
I mean, when you're hiding in your room watching Stone Cold Steve Austin, I don't know, but like, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
They're just a hidden webcam. Like, is he watching the Stone Cold again?
Exactly. A lot of new Cheetos.
Right. So when you're thinking of like flavor development and stuff, right? So you got the puffs. Mm-hmm. They were having the chickpea puffs, which the chickpea puffs are like, they're okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like those dried chickpeas though? Like
the like Viennas?
Yeah.
Or the saffrons?
I'm not going to mention any names, but yeah. Those, the dried ones?
Yeah, I have.
Dude, they're so dry.
So I don't know. It's funny that you bring them up because I just got them at the airport. I just got back from Seattle. And I bought them at the airport, and it's literally like sand in your mouth.
Oh my God, it's not just me.
It's fucking sand in your mouth. Like, dude, I would not rebuy them. Is it rude for me to talk about other brands like that?
No, I don't think.
Because there's a lot of brands that I'm obsessed with, you know?
Same.
Should we talk about them?
Trying to bank some karma right now.
I feel bad here.
Bank some karma.
No, but they taste like fucking sand.
Yeah. It's really, I saw them and I'm like, oh, there's like a lot of protein in chickpeas and stuff. Well,
they're appealing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, the macros are good, you know? And then all of a sudden I eat
those.
Dude, I was like, where is the water? I think I'm going to choke and die. Like, what's happening?
Totally.
Sand in your throat.
No, that's the same reason why I bought them, actually. I was like, okay, beef jerky. Like, I need a healthy snack. And then I saw those chickpeas, good macros, like bikini bod, trying to get into shape right now.
Summer's coming.
Yeah, and they were fucking bad.
Yeah.
Bad. So awesome. Bad.
So when you're thinking of flavors for the sweet potatoes, and of course they have, that substrate has a baseline taste. Mm-hmm. What kind of flavors do you sort of think of it like, okay, we're going to do some primary research, some secondary research.
Yeah.
Taste it and see what works, or how do you think about that?
I mean, I kind of do. I'm not the researcher. I'm kind of just like the the doer, I guess. I don't know, and see if it works. Like test the ideas that I'm passionate about and I'm into, and see if those work. We started with like I went basic. So I'm like, what is on the shelf right now? Barbecue, obviously everyone like loves barbecue. And then you need a cheese puff if you're going to do a puff. So we did the vegan cheese, and then the crunchy cinnamon. Well, now it's cinnamon churro. It literally, have you ever been to Taco Bell and had the cinnamon twist?
You know, I think I may have gotten high once in high school and tried a cinnamon churro.
Yeah. So, but it's a mix between a cinnamon churro and cinnamon twist from Taco Bell. They're like amazing. So I feel like we needed like a sweet flavor in there, just because if you like, when you think sweet potatoes, I feel like some people think holidays and marshmallow and sweet.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's like a Thanksgiving thing, kind of, right?
Yeah. And then the next one we're going to do is a Flaming Hot, because I feel like that's just so popular because of Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Yeah, I think hot, generally speaking, is hot right now. Like everybody's just trying to get all kinds of spicy.
It's weird, though. I'm not like a huge spicy person. Are you?
You know, it's not good for my throat, but I do enjoy the taste. It's kind of fucked up. Yeah. I go to Thailand every year to train Muay Thai in December.
I saw that on your Instagram. Yeah. I feel like you were there for a really long time.
I try to go for a minimum of 2 weeks. I shoot for 3.
So cool.
Yeah. And it's just
do you just go by yourself?
Just go by myself. It's like a warrior meditation of sorts. So, you know, like
cool.
Rent a motorcycle, you know. Of course, I ride one every day in LA too, but I go rent a motorcycle. I meditate in the morning, head off, I train, and then eat, and then write and work, train, write, eat and work, and then go back and just keep doing it again and again and again.
Amazing. Have you ever been to Bali?
No, but I feel like I need to go.
You have to go to Bali.
What's in Bali?
The second you land on the ground, I swear to God, there's just like this, like we were talking about vibes before we started this, like there's just this vibe.
Really?
And you're just like, wow. Like it's I can't even describe it to you. It's the most amazing place I've ever been, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really, really cool.
It's like really popular for expats to go live there too, because it's super cheap, I guess.
So cheap. Like a 5-star Mastro's dinner is literally like $40 for 2 people. Yeah.
Be eating a lot of steak over there.
I know.
Do they have legit steak over there?
And like the kindest, sweetest people in the whole entire world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bali.
Amazing.
Balling out of control in Bali.
Will change your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously, I feel like I came back a different person.
Do they have any Muay Thai in Bali?
I mean, I'm sure they do.
Got to somewhere, right?
Do Balinese do Muay Thai?
I would imagine there's a gym.
Yeah.
There's got to be one guy.
There's a CrossFit gym there.
Yeah,
they have to do something like that.
It has to be one. That was awesome. So sweet potatoes, man, that's such a crazy... it's very similar in a lot of ways in like the food industry is the food industry.
Yeah.
But going from sort of like, you know, target audience of just, you know, dudes eating broccoli and, you know, chicken and actually sweet potatoes, ironically, to then going into the salty snack puff arena. Mm-hmm. Do you see any difference there, like in terms of like running the business, how you market it, you know, the buyers that you talk to, that kind of thing?
What do you mean? Like as far as...
It's like you're selling, you know, protein cookies, and then you got to go to a different area of the store and sell something new. Is it like, how similar has that been thus far?
I mean, I feel like it's pretty similar. The hard part is obviously there's a different buyer for the puffs and cookies. So it's a little bit more challenging, like just building a new relationship with a new buyer. But I feel like we honestly have such a good product. Like, I'm not just saying that. Like, we literally have such a good product that I truly believe in. And I feel like when these buyers try it, like, we're for sure the best tasting puff on the market.
Wow.
Like, I'm not just saying that because it's mine, but like, we really are. And like, we get no's, but like, I feel like for the most part, like, people are like, we want this. Like, they get it. It like resonates with people. I mean, it's fucking clear as day is what it is. It says sweet potato puff on the front of the bag, you know, like there's no education involved. And I just feel like it's an easy sale. It's what people want it, you know, just like they want sweet potato fries at restaurants. Like they want the puffs, and it was something that didn't exist. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes are super popular, I feel like.
So popular.
Yeah, and especially now. And you know, I think there's part reality and then like part hype or like branding of the tuber. Is it a tuber?
A tuber.
Is that what
What's
a
a
potato
tuber?
is? It's like things that
A
grow.
spud?
Spud? Are those things synonymous?
A tater?
I need somebody to Google shit on this podcast while we're doing it.
I've never heard of a tuber.
That's probably that might be like some weird Nebraska colloquialism I just fucking pulled out of an ancient neuron in my brain. I don't know. Tuber. But like, at least sweet potatoes have the perception of being significantly better for you than potatoes.
For sure. Yep, they do.
You think it's part reality, I'm sure, because of the whole like glycemic index and how your body absorbs it, and then part of it's probably hype to some extent.
Yeah, I should probably look into this glycemic thing a little bit more.
Right.
But I mean, I'm not sure. I know it is. They're both pretty comparable. Like sweet potatoes and regular potatoes are pretty comparable.
Yeah, it is weird that when you walk into the salty snack aisle, you're basically getting one of three things. You're getting corn, potato, or wheat.
Yep.
Generally speaking, right?
Yep.
Potato chips, made of potatoes.
Yep.
Shocking. And then all the tortilla chips primarily are corn-based. Then you have your random like wheat crackers and enriched wheat weirdness.
Yep.
Yeah. And
what about bananas?
What about the bananas? We got some plantains in there now. We got sweet potato puffs. We got plantain chips in there now. And things are changing in that sort of center of the aisle salty snack set. But it's interesting too, because a lot of people listening to this probably don't have the intimate food industry knowledge like you and I have.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that, you're talking about buyers in different areas of the store and how much power buyers have. And the way that it works is like, you got to take your great idea. Like you said, you're so fucking passionate about the puffs. And you're like, this is a no-brainer product, tastes great, is a great product. And then you have to take that and then tell one dude or one chick or one non-binary gender, whatever the fuck, and convince that person that they need to take it in. If they say, and maybe they just don't like sweet potatoes.
Yeah, then you're fucked.
And then you're just fucked.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like, so when it's you and me in the room selling to these buyers, like, I feel like we're so passionate that, like, I feel like that's like 80% of the sale.
Yeah.
Like when you have 50-year-old freaking Joe going in the room selling your sweet potato puffs, they're like, fuck you, Joe.
Joe, shave your head. You've been bald for 20 years.
Joe, you're boring. Goodbye.
You're boring. Joe, you suck. Leave. It's true. There's like a lot of weird shit. Poor Joe out there.
But it's like
shout out to all the Joes.
I may my pants.
Sometimes it's like you get these like old school sales guys in there, and they're just like, well, if you look at the category, do this.
Exactly. But it's like when you and I walk in the room, it's like, okay, ears perked up. Like, what do these kids got? You know, like I feel like people listen, and that's like, it really is 80% of it to me. Like I'm using that 80% number, but I don't know. I just feel like people have to see like that passion and that drive, and they're like, we're going to give this kid a shot.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. And I also think it breeds into pretty much every area of the business. Like it's definitely in the sales meetings. It's in the branding, the way that you market it.
Dude, branding's
it's the passion
everything.
for it. Yeah.
Branding's everything.
Especially with food, right?
Yes. Everything to me. And something else I want to touch on too is like, I feel like a lot of the questions that I get is like, and this, I didn't realize this until Spudsy. Like, I feel like when I started Spudsy, I'm like, okay, I need to find the sales guy that has 25 years experience and the marketing person that has 15 years experience. But like, it turned out that those people were the shittiest people that came into the company. Like, I feel like you don't like people who are starting their own business, like particularly in food, because I mean, that's what we know. You don't need those like veteran experts. They're almost like outdated.
Yeah.
It's like no one's listening to them. Like you don't need to have that experience. Like you just need to have that passion and drive and like really have a good product that's branded well.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think, it's important to get, advisors if you've never been in the food industry, right? To tell you what, hey, this is what a broker is. This
Yeah.
is how the buyers are, right? Like some people
Yeah.
don't even know. They're like, so do you just like ship it to do you ship it to Jeff Bezos when you sell to Amazon? Like they have no idea at all, you know?
Well, yeah, when I started, I didn't know what a broker was. I didn't know what a distributor was.
Same.
Like I didn't know any of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Same. And you are right. Like, and there are outside pressures too, especially when you raise capital. It's like, okay, well, we need a dude that's got 30 years of experience.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't even fucking know what Instagram is.
Yeah, exactly. And some of them, like, some of them are good, but a lot of them are outdated.
So outdated. You're right. Some of them are really good. Like my guy right now actually he's older, but he is amazing. Like amazing. But he gets where I'm at right now, you know? And another thing is like these people with all this experience, they're like, you're going to pay me $500,000 a year.
Oh,
it's like, dude, no, I'm not. I'm a startup. Like, I'm not going to pay you that much. And then they're like, okay, on to the next.
Yeah.
It's like, that's another thing that I don't like is like, why? Because people think, even I thought, I'm like, oh my God, I need to go find one of these guys and spend all this money, but you don't need to.
You don't oftentimes. And the only thing that you're getting if you hire somebody with a shitload of experience, at least in the sales side of things, like you're getting their Rolodex.
Yep.
Pretty much. They're pre-existing relationships that is both good and bad, right? Because like they may have really good relationships at Albertsons or whatever, and then they go to Sprouts and like the guy fucking hates them.
Yeah.
Like,
but these buyers change a lot too.
True.
So it's like your Rolodex is old, dude.
Yeah, right?
Bye.
See you later, Joe.
Bye, Joe.
Yeah, it is true. And, it's like there's outside pressures where it's like, oh, you need these people with show you the ropes. And if you don't know how to swim, how are you gonna not drown? It's like, well, just start moving your arms and legs, and you'll fucking figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that I learned about myself though in this. Like, I'm like, at first I was like, fuck, I can't do this alone. Like, and then I look back and it's like every single retailer that we've gotten in right now, because Spudsy's probably in, this week alone, we got in 400 new doors. So we're probably in like a little over 1,000 now. Every single retailer we got in, I was in that meeting and I got us in that door. So it's like, but when I first started this, like I didn't have that belief in myself, I guess. You kind of just like, because I didn't do that in Buff Bake. I didn't do the sales in Buff Bake, but I always knew I could, and I just never, I was more into the marketing and the branding and the social media. Like that's what I did in Buff Bake. And so the sales part was new to me, but I knew I could do it. Like, here's what it comes down to. We're all fucking humans, So I hate when someone like walks in a room and they're like I'll wear this into a meeting. I'm never dressed like anyone but myself because I feel like we're all humans. And when you go in there and you like fake it, people see right through that. Or when you go in there and kiss somebody's ass, it's like they see right through that.
It's so fucking old school, that whole like brown nose and ass kissing, it's just like, ugh.
Yeah. Or like when someone changes their voice when they're talking to you. Because
hello, sir. I just came to bring you this brand new product because it's like, fucking, who is that guy?
Yeah. It's like, get by.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. I just feel like you have to be like real, authentic, and you.
Yeah, and that's why I think that and a lot of people when they go on the show, they're like, can I cuss and stuff? It's like, just honestly say and do whatever you want to do, because I do think it's super important. I do think also that the market is ready for that finally. Yeah. With the democratization of the internet and social media, it's such that like you do actually get to see who people really are and how they actually think.
Totally.
You have all this other stuff. Like, who are we fooling these days?
No one.
Yeah, nobody.
No one. You look like an idiot doing it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
I think there is like a small subsection of society that still kind of gets off on the like, wear a collared shirt all the time.
Yeah,
and they're like,
for sure,
they're like fooling each other, but they're like both in on the joke almost.
Yes.
You ever feel like
I know exactly what you're talking about. But those people are not my people.
No,
and they don't like me. So,
Same. Yeah, same.
So I stay away from them.
It's like I walk in, half my head is shaved, and have a beard, and they're just looking at me, t-shirt.
Yeah,
on,
you're like, fuck, I'm not getting in this store.
The fuck is that guy, and why did you let him inside?
Exactly.
Yeah, but it is important to just be yourself, and even talking to you, it's just like authentically you, which is refreshing for people, I think.
Yeah, ditto.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where oftentimes, and it's somewhat similar with the people that have a lot of experience, like that pressure, right? Like there's this existing structure, and you have to abide by the rules, and if you don't do it by the rules, you won't be successful. But that's just like such bullshit,
Yeah,
I think
really
people
is.
of our generation are kind of proving that out finally.
Oh, totally. Yeah, our generation's like insane to me. It's like, it's sad to me though, too. Like, it's like so sad to me. Like the whole social media thing, I mean, I'm so guilty of it. Like I feed into it, but I just feel like I wish I lived like 20 years ago, like I wish it wasn't there, but I'm like still in it because it is there. But I just feel like it's so sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And it depends on what platform you're on too, right?
Yeah.
Like you go onto Twitter, it's just a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
It's bad. I mean, Twitter's like, if you want to just get bummed out, just get on Twitter. Yeah. If you want to be sad all day, just do that.
Yeah. And if you want to be super self-conscious, log on to Instagram.
Oh, yeah. And also just get like refed all the shit you look at.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh no.
It's crazy though.
Yeah.
But it's sad because I feel like the generation below us, what is it, Gen X?
Yeah.
I feel like they're the ones that are going to be really fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Because just like all of the access that they have to like the internet.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
It's like they missed the party, or like they heard about the party, but they showed up and there was nothing but like bottles and people sleeping inside the house. Like, fuck, man. When did this happen?
No joke. I was in a restaurant though the other day and there was 50 people around me and every single one of them was looking at their phone.
Oh, yeah.
It's so crazy to me.
It's fascinating. I've been consciously trying to not allow myself to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do the same thing, but I'm really bad at it.
Yeah, especially like if I'm with friends or something, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this device.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna and then okay, silent. Yeah, gotta get it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's just over there.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
But then you think about it when it's over there.
Sure do. What if they're texting me?
Yeah.
It's like
FOMO.
Yeah. What if there's a fire I gotta put out in my inbox?
Yeah. I know for me, it's my emails. Like that's always like the first place I go is my emails before even my text messages.
Same. Yeah. I'm a notoriously bad text messenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually a pretty good text messenger. And I fucking hate bad text messages. It's like, why aren't you responding to me right now? Oh no. That's how I feel.
Yeah. And that's a totally normal thing to feel too. I don't have any, I turn all the notifications off for almost everything on my phone.
I would die.
And then and so that way, like, it's not intrusive.
I would die. I could never do that.
Yeah, it's just in the back of your head. Like,
so when you have a little red bubble notification, like whether it's on Facebook or Venmo or like any red on my phone, I die. Like immediately have to go change it back to normal. Like I'm psycho about that. I can't do that.
You've been game theoried.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
So if you, I wonder if there's a physical goods equivalent to that we could concoct somehow. Like
what do you mean?
Like what is the red notification button that you just have to click in like
what
the
does it
real
internally
world?
mean in me?
No, like what kind of product could we create with that same like concept? Like where it just makes people like, oh, I gotta touch that thing.
We'd be billionaires.
Yeah, right.
Let's sit here for 5 hours and think of it.
Yeah, it's true. It's interesting too in the food space. It's such a different business than tech and everything else, and a lot of it's like handshake.
Yeah,
a lot of it's weird handshake stuff. It's still. And have you ever worked with any DSDs or direct store distributors, anything like that?
Not yet, no.
Yeah, so
I mean, we've sold direct to stores, but not through DSD.
Yeah, DSD is like a whole other weird thing.
Yeah,
like you start working with DSD partners, and shout out to the DSDs, respect. However, you guys know this is true.
That's basically you ride on the truck with beverage, right?
Yeah, you could be beverage. Some of them are just snack distributors with dry goods, but dude, it's like you'd think you're in 1920.
Yeah.
The way they operate their businesses.
Well, I feel like some distributors in general are like that, right?
Guaranteed.
Yeah. It's like hard to, it's like I need to change an address. Can this not take 2 months to do?
Right?
Like my pickup address, please just change it on the next PO. Like I don't want to wait 90 days.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so crazy. I'm going through that right now.
No shit.
It's hell.
But yeah, pickup address. Things that seem so simple.
Yeah.
Are just not that simple in old school systems that were built like 100 years ago or whatever.
Yeah. But they need to get with it.
Yeah, they do. And someone's going to come. I have a bad feeling, when Amazon acquired Whole Foods, I was watching the UNFI stock. Just like, woo! Because I would imagine that Amazon's going to get into that game.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? I mean,
they're probably going to be the best at it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Real time, just in time inventory controls, like crazy
Totally.
tech. Oh, you need to change your address? Cool.
1 second, done.
Press submit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems so simple, right?
It does. And one creepy thing about the distributors, which for anyone listening, the way that it works is you have a product and then you sell it to a distributor who then sells it to
the
Whole
retailer.
Foods or whoever.
Yeah.
Right. And what they end up doing, and they chronically do this, and I'm sure it's on accident. Definitely not on accident. These guys, they'll like send you bills for other people's shit. You got any of those?
Yeah.
I have a full-time person just to refute bullshit bills and deductions that they have.
I don't even want to get into the deductions. I'm going through a deduction right now, and it takes 90 days to resolve.
Yeah.
It's like by the time you're 10 days in, you're over it, and it's just like, keep my fucking money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They're stealing your money, basically.
For sure stealing your money.
Absolute criminals. And
Watch us be kicked out of distribution.
Yeah.
We're going to be kicked out of all of our distributors by Monday.
Right. Like, look, we couldn't operate our businesses without distributors. I love you all.
Yes, it's true, though.
But whoever's running your fucking accounting department, okay? Fucking lock that shit up, man. Yeah, it's like we're young startups and like trying to do the shit. And what a deduction is, it's like, you get $100,000 payment, let's say.
Yep.
And then they just withhold whatever they want.
Yeah,
80,000 of it.
Yep.
And then that 90-day period is the time you have to wait to get that 80,000.
Yep.
Meanwhile, you already spent your money on making the product, packaging the product.
And you're expecting a big check to come because you just sent them a bunch of product, and then there's a $10,000 deducted from a check for no reason. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy.
Dude, I've gotten these deductions from literally from businesses that are not mine.
It's insane.
I'll be
It's insane.
I'm like, wait a second. Why do we have like a $300,000 deduction?
That actually hasn't happened to me yet.
Like, it's from Cliff Bar, but it's not even close to our. Do we even have a similar name? Like, yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
I would not want to be in that business.
No. Hell no.
No. We're in the fun side.
We for sure the fun side.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you and I too, we do basically the same thing within, like we're passionate about the same things within our businesses, like the branding, the creating, like the visionaries.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's the fun part to me. And I never thought that I would like the selling part of things, but I really like that too.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I like. But I love anything creative.
Same.
I love it all when I'm doing it. When someone else is doing it and I have to worry about what they're doing, then I don't love it.
No. Yeah,
right?
You gotta
but then you can't do it all either. That's why you have to hire like your team really is everything. Like you hear people say that, but your team's everything. Like you need to build people around you who, this is my biggest fucking learning lesson from Buff Bake. You need to build people around you who believe in you and are on the same level as you and get you and are just like on your side,
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I feel like that's really what will make your brand successful. Like if you are all on the same, you can't be divided in one office,
Nope.
You can't be on different teams. Like you all have to be on the same team or it won't work. And that's like, that was a really, really big learning lesson for me.
Yeah, it's been one for me too.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm for sure not everyone's cup of tea. Like I know that, but like I know that whoever whoever's cup of tea I'm not, like, can just go away.
Yeah,
and I'm
see you later.
Yeah. And like, I'll find those people, you know?
I agree. Yeah, that's what I talk about, you know, when people are like, oh, but, like, aren't you supposed to kind of like care what people think about you and stuff like that? I'm like, no, actually.
Yeah.
And the reason that I don't have to give a fuck is because I know who I am.
Totally.
I know that I have people's best interests in mind. I know I'm not a bad guy. I know that I'm here to help and be kind and empathetic and all those things. And if someone doesn't vibe with that, then fuck them.
Yeah,
totally. You know, it's like once you're self-aware and confident in the way that you operate and you have nothing to hide, then like if someone doesn't vibe with you.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, totally. And I don't know if it's like, I feel like we're like literally the same kind of here.
Yeah, we're similar.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if it's like the like aggressiveness or assertiveness or just like we're so certain that we know what we want that it fucking bugs other people.
Oh, yeah, it does.
You know?
Yeah, it kind of turns some people off, which is...
Yeah, that's the best word. I'll turn them off.
You know why? It's because they see you as a threat.
I mean, I don't know.
Ash is a threat. Must eliminate the threat.
I think you could be right, actually.
Yeah, no, seriously, like when you have people that are not sort of comfortable with who they are, and they're insecure for any variety of reasons on any variety of characteristics within their personality, that's what that manifests itself into is hate for someone who is confident and self-aware and they do want to do cool shit and they're aggressive and passionate about it because they fucking like doing it. And some people are like crabs in a bucket and they just see you crawling out of the fucking bucket and then they're just pulling you back down and they will never let you leave.
Totally.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I think people, when they feel threatened, that's when the hate comes.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
Cup of tea. Yeah, I don't think, the what cup of tea you are thing is an interesting thing, isn't it? So
I fucking hate tea, actually.
I don't drink tea either.
I like coffee.
How many cups of coffee do you drink a day?
I don't drink a lot, but I have one. I probably have 1.5. But I drink it really strong. And I don't drink coffee. I drink espresso.
Yeah.
Is that bougie?
No, I drink espresso all the time. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I like. I don't like coffee. I like cold brew. I don't like coffee, and I like espresso. They could all be the same things. I don't know, but that's what I like.
Definitely the same bean. Yeah, but they taste different.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, totally.
Like coffee to me is like watery. It's like watery and just like. I don't know.
It's like bitch ass espresso.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I want it strong.
It's like bitch ass coffee is what that is. It's true.
That needs to be a brand name. Bitch ass espresso.
Bitch ass espresso. I drink espresso too. 1.5 is not bad.
Yeah, like 1.5. But like my espresso has like 3 to 4 shots, my first one. And then I may have like a tall, like 1 shot. Okay, so I used to love Starbucks. I hate Starbucks now, but I still drink Starbucks. But I like the more like I like the more like niche-y coffee shops. I just don't know if it's because they're cuter or because their coffee's better.
It's hard to tell, isn't it?
Does that make sense though?
Totally. It's like, is it the product or is it the placebo effect because of the marketing?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like always I don't know.
But that's a thing. Placebo marketing effect.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it even works for like medications. It's like a legit placebo effect.
Yep.
Yeah, and a lot of marketing is that.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. Like, I feel like the marketing that's not that is like the anomaly. Like, there's like the anomaly brands, you know? Like, Siete, I feel like is an anomaly brand.
Yeah.
Quest Nutrition, I feel like is an
anomaly.
Yeah,
That's a tongue twister.
But like those brands that just fucking launch 3 years later, they're like at that 100 million mark, you know? Like that's an anomaly. That doesn't happen.
No.
But it does. But like to the 0.1%, you know?
Right. Yeah, and a lot of it's like market timing too, right? Like, and that's the thing. It's you may have the best type of product of the whatever the fuck it is that you created. But that doesn't guarantee you're just going to rocket ship up to 20, 80, 60, 100 million, whatever it is. Yeah. It just doesn't work that way. Nope. And, it's like if you time the market correctly and maybe you're first to market or maybe you're second to market or whatever, like that oftentimes is the unlock that is invisible.
See, I think being first to market is like one of the keys. Yeah. Like I feel like you need to be first to market. You have to taste good. Like it has to be a good tasting product that people are going to buy again.
It's one of my favorite subjects, by the way.
Do you want to talk about it?
Fuck yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on taste and how important it is?
I mean, it's everything, right? Like,
absolutely.
It's everything. Like, velocities are everything when it comes to food. You have to buy it again.
Yeah.
Or it just won't work. Like, that's truly what I believe. And that's what I learned from my last company. You know, like, it has to taste good. People have to buy it again. The branding has to be on point. You have to come to the market at the right time, be the right niche. Like, there's a lot of things that have to align, but taste is for sure up there.
Oh, yeah.
One or two.
It's one of those weird things too, where like the natural organic food space for so long was just dominated by these weird granola ass shit tasting cardboard fucking excuse for food.
Yeah.
And now we're out of that. But it still amazes me that some companies, you know, they may have like a really good mission or a good story or a something. And then you get all excited and you see this every year at Expo West. And then you're like, oh, dude, yeah, this fucking thing I heard about. And then you go over there and you taste it and you're like,
barf.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? It was like,
barf. You're like, this is not going to work, dude. Like, you might as well pack up your booth now and go home.
Literally. Yeah, quite literally. Pack it up.
Yeah.
It'll be better for you.
Totally. But like, you see like so many companies that are there this year and then you never see them again, you know?
Yeah.
But that's why I feel like branding or taste, or they run out of money.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things.
There's a lot of things that go wrong.
It's fucking hard.
It is fucking hard. That's the thing too. It's like, it seems so glamorous. And,
yeah.
you know,
I bet you people ask you all the time, like, how do you do it? How do you do it?
What's the key to success, man?
Yeah.
You know what it is? Yeah. There isn't one.
Totally. There isn't.
There's not one.
Be persistent. Work your fucking ass off. Don't change your tune, you know, like, and keep pushing.
Yeah, that's one of the things. It's like,
keep eating shit.
Keep eating plates. Go to the shit buffet.
Yeah.
All right.
And pile your plate up with a big pile of shit.
Go to Coachella. Find all the outhouses. Now, what I'm gonna need you to do: open all the doors.
Seriously, though,
it is true.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy at all. And I think that a lot of people think it's easier than it is.
Totally.
You know, because oftentimes
but it's back
you
to
just
our
see the
generation
success.
too.
Yeah.
It's them who think it's easy.
And because they're comparing themselves to people on Instagram.
Totally. They see what people are posting on social media and they're like, oh my God, Lamborghini, he has $50 million in his bank account. Meanwhile, he's like living in his parents' basement.
Go check this fucking guy out, man. He's got a Bugatti in his goddamn crib. What the fuck? Meanwhile, he just like went on a test drive, parked in some random stranger shit, or he just like went to a nice neighborhood and then just stood next to the car and it's like, hurry, take a photo.
Totally.
Take a photo. And that's what a lot of those guys do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. It's crazy though, because it is the other way around too. Like there are the people who like are literally spending their paycheck to pay their fucking Lamborghini lease and living in their parents' bedroom. But there's also these 20-year-olds that are figuring out how to fucking make 50 grand, 50, 100, however much a month on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like from selling stuff on Instagram. It's insane to me.
You know what? One of the dark secrets are, I'm gonna take it down the dark path right now.
Don't tell me any ideas because I'll steal them.
Oh yeah, no, you can steal all these ideas if you want. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could do it.
Okay, fair.
like all these dudes that you see on the gram and they're doing all this weird shit, right? Like you see a lot of these, they pop up on your fucking stories or whatever. It's like, well, I know this is going to sound stupid, but I can make you $50,000. Now, before you skip this ad, I got 2 secrets that'll fucking whatever, you know, just like, and it's abject fucking horseshit. And what these guys do, and look, you know, I'm going to go bad on these guys. I don't wish anybody ill will or whatever, but I think that they're doing harm. And so, therefore, fuck you. And, and what they end up doing is like, so they've never built a business, right? I'm
going to go into this after you do because I fucking have a lot to say.
It's fucking real, dude.
Yeah.
So they've never built a business. Yeah. And what do? They serve you fucking Instagram story ads or YouTube pre-roll, mid-roll, whatever the fucks. Yeah. And they're like, hey, let me teach you. Take my $300 course and I'll teach you how to. And that's how a lot of these guys are making a ton of cash, is by selling you courses about shit they've never done.
Never done. And I don't even get what they're fucking selling me.
Yeah.
Like, what are you selling me? So I was on a plane back 2 days ago, and like on the plane, like I'll go deep into Instagram, you know, like I'll get deep in there. And I was going deep the other day, and they're like I was looking at all these girls selling these marketing programs, and it's literally like making a fortune. You can tell when they're like making money at it or they're not, just like from their engagement and like all the other people that are tagging, you know what I'm saying? Like you can kind of tell the ones that are like actually making money and the ones that are not. But it's crazy because I was looking into their programs and I truly cannot even tell you what they were selling me.
Wow.
Like what I think it is like people want to be a part of something, and they see like that these people have, because all of them will put you in a group. Like they'll put you in a group and do group like Zoom calls or Skype calls and group chats.
Masterminds, yeah.
Yeah. And people want to be a part of something, and that's like literally what they're buying into. And then you just have somebody with a pretty face who knows how to talk, and it's like sold.
Ching, 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 ching,
right?
ching. Yeah, just
but it's like, what the fuck
register.
did I just buy?
You bought feel goodsies.
Yeah.
For no return on your investment, basically.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and also long-term disappointment, likely.
Yeah. Like it's not going to last forever.
Definitely not going to last forever. And
but while it does, take advantage of it.
Yeah. Seriously. It's like, you know, and I've thought about maybe I should put together a very simple, like, not even a course, but like, you know, a packet of how to start a food something.
Dude,
right?
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. And, you know, and I've had all these documents together and all this stuff. And, you know, it's hard not to be lumped into that fucking crowd of people.
Totally.
And that's the scary part about it, because you do have a lot of people that, you know, they're just sort of selling their lifestyle with no actual anything to gain. Like they're not teaching anybody anything that's useful.
Totally. Well, the part that pisses me off, because I actually am trying to do this right now. Like I want to put together like a video series of how-tos, like 10 to 15 minute videos, 15 videos, like we talked about it, like what's a distributor, what's distribution, how do I get my product into stores, how do I even know if I have a good product, have I tested it amongst friends and family, and you know what I'm saying? Like people don't even know the first steps of how to start this. Yeah. So I'm putting this together because I really do want to help people, and I don't know. I just feel like no one is doing it that way. And the people that are doing it and making money, like have never even created their own freaking business. And they're teaching these people like something that they don't even know or have never even experienced.
It's true. Or they're making money off of doing like some shady shit.
Yeah.
Know? It's like there's this whole, have you ever heard of the social media marketing company, like underbelly of the internet? Are you aware of this shit?
No.
Oh, dude, you're gonna fucking love this shit. So there's this whole community of people that are generally younger, and they have, it's like SMMC, I think is the acronym they always use, social media marketing company. And so essentially what they do is it's like, hey, take my free course on how to create one of these things. And then you go and you pitch it to like local businesses or whatever. Like, oh, hey, I can, you know, run your Instagram and like do all this shit and whatever. And like, you know, they make money off of it or whatever. But a lot of those dudes that are making a bunch of money and having the Lambos or the whatever the fucking car they rent for the day for their photo shoot.
Yeah.
That's the type of course they're teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And the only thing they've ever sold is the course telling you how to sell something.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like
so funny.
To me, like what we're doing, it's like we're building assets, you know, like we're building something that we can legitimately build and sell. Like that's our goal, right?
And it's not overnight.
Yeah, it's not overnight. It's a lot of shit eating and it's a lot longer process, but I feel like the payoff is way greater. And like these people are making like these immediate returns on something that is only going to last so long, you know? And unfortunately, that's what I feel like a lot of these kids are buying into is like this immediate gratification, because a lot of people like don't want to work their freaking asses off for it. Like it's hard. What I've learned is like, I'm for sure different. Like you're for sure different to be doing what you're doing. Like we're the 1% of the people who actually want to sit here and eat shit for however many years, work our asses off and actually build something. You know, like the normal human doesn't want to do that. Like they can only be told no so many times before they're like, I give up.
Yeah. It's true.
You know?
And you know what they say? And this is the one thing that like drives me a little bit crazy is they'll say, just work smarter.
Yeah.
Cool story. Well, if I am smarter than you and I'm putting in more work, then what?
Yeah.
The fuck are you gonna do? You know what I mean? It's like like the amount of hours that you input into a thing is an actual physical like variable that you can control.
Yeah.
Like it's like, you know, secondhand on a clock.
Yeah.
Like it's an actual thing, a quantifiable thing, and the more of it you put into said thing, the more you will get out.
For sure.
Right? And you have to work smart. I get all that, but that should just go without saying, right? Like you shouldn't work dumb. Who has that advice?
Yeah.
Hey, work dumb.
Yeah.
It's better for your business.
My thing that I hate is it's not what you say, it's how you say it. When someone says that to me, I just want to be like, fuck you. It kills me.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. It's like, look, if you're saying some mean shit to me, you can use all the intonation you want, bitch. I know what you're saying.
Are we shit talkers?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
We're talking a little bit of shit right now, but that's okay.
I think it's okay too.
It's totally fine.
We're gonna listen back and be like, fuck, we're talking about this shit.
Yeah, welcome to the new Ashley and Nick social media marketing company. You can buy our $7,000 course today for 5 easy installments of 100. Oh.
We would legitimately kill it.
Oh yeah, you can con a lot of people into a lot of dumb shit.
For sure, we would kill it.
There's been snake oil salesmen forever. And this is just the new iteration of that. And, you know, it's for all the great things that the internet brings, you also have to be very literate on the internet and what it is and certain things, because people can get wrapped up in various certain ways, right? Like, I mean, they can get wrapped up in sort of the comparing yourself to somebody else that you follow. And like, oh, you know, why am I not where they're at or whatever? You can get caught up in the, I want to be part of this group to learn marketing stuff from this pretty girl.
Yeah.
You can get looped into a lot of weird shit. And, you know, it's the Wild West still, and it has been for a long time. And I think that, you know, no one's really teaching people how to just operate on the internet, what that is, you know, what fake news stories are, like that whole thing. There has to be some sort of education system in the future that teaches people from, you know, elementary school all the way through college, sort of how to navigate that.
Like they're really, college to me is like, did you go to college?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Did you do you have your bachelor's? And did you learn anything in college?
I learned some stuff.
So, okay, so...
But I mean...
I may be... Don't take offense to what I'm about to say.
No, look. College enables you to be around people.
Yeah.
To do...
I mean, I don't know.
Great business shit, if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
College itself isn't going to fucking teach you how to do any of the shit that
Or make millions of dollars.
Or me have done at all. They teach you how to be a fucking droid robot for Goldman Sachs. And if that's what you want to do, go ahead.
Yeah,
but that's what you're signing
on a
up
human
for.
body.
Yeah. Yeah, or that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I guess, if I'm getting a brain surgery, I definitely want a guy that went to college for brain surgery. For sure. Yeah, good point.
But it's seriously like, it's real life experience, you know? Like, you seriously have to go through this. So I always say Buff Bake was my college experience. And now I've graduated college and I'm in the real world, and now I know what I'm doing, you know? Because you really do have to have like these real life experiences and go through these failures and these no's and these, you know, the highs and the lows, I feel like to learn and to be an entrepreneur, at least. Like, college isn't going to teach you how to be an entrepreneur.
No.
Like, it's not. Like, you need to, it's either in you or not. That's what I believe. Like, you're either born an entrepreneur, like, or you're not.
I love that debate.
You know, like, I don't feel like you can, like, I mean, you can train someone to be an entrepreneur, but I feel like it's, like, not normal. Like, it's either in you or it's not. Do you agree?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's really hard to teach somebody, like, to have the drive that we have, because that's what it is. Drive, persistence, passion, like, how can you teach somebody those things? Like, they have to either want it or they fucking don't want it.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, it's true. And, you know, it's the same thing for anything. Like, sports is a great example because it's very black and white, right? Like, yeah, you can teach somebody how to punch harder.
Yeah.
You definitely can. Like in MMA, you can teach somebody how to punch harder, or boxing or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be able to teach, like Conor McGregor is a special athlete. He just is.
Yeah.
And like you can train the fucking hardest you possibly can. You're probably never getting to that level.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Like Muhammad Ali, it's going to be a tough thing. And the same thing goes for entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing goes for neuroscience and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's people sort of don't fully realize that, or they get in there and then they're like, oh shit, this is what that shit is.
Yeah. One no, they're like, bye, I'm out of here.
I don't want to do this. This is depressing.
It fucking is depressing though.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes it's like, well, that's what it is. It's super, super highs and super, super lows, you know?
Yeah.
It's balance, which I'm trying to get better at.
I'm bad at the balance.
I'm bad at the balance too.
Bad at the balance, dude. Real
I'm
bad.
so bad at the balance.
Yeah.
Like, how do I get good at it?
I don't know. I don't
want to get good at it though. I don't care to be balanced. Is that weird?
I think your balance can change over time. Like right now, I think that, while I'm young, while I have the ability to over-index on working my ass off, I should fucking do that shit.
Totally.
It's gonna be way harder to do that when you're 55,
Well, what do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Oh, what do I want?
What do you want in life?
The number one thing that I want in life is freedom.
Okay. Same.
Period.
But what do you really fucking want?
Freedom.
Like what does that mean?
That means I have the freedom to do anything I fucking want at any given time, and nobody's got shit to say about shit.
Yeah, I guess that's a good one word to explain it, actually.
Because it covers everything. Like I have the freedom to create any business that I want, to build any fucking awesome shit I want. I have the ability to fucking build a motorcycle if I want to.
Yeah.
Build anything I want to do.
Or jump on a plane whenever you want and just fly wherever you want to go.
That's right.
That's the same exact thing that I want.
Motherfucking freedom is the game.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Like I want to live a life that that's my life. That where I can do whatever I want to do whenever, this is something that I have not done to this day, and I'm going to do it in my life multiple times. Like I want to go to LAX with a suitcase and just say, okay, where am I going today? And pick a spot and get on the plane and go. That's what I want to do.
Just off the screen where it says
one-way ticket. Yep. Sydney, let's go. Australia, we're going. And then just do that for 3 months.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who would not want to do that, I feel like?
That's a very entrepreneur trait,
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just the fly by the seat of your ass type shit, literally in that case, right?
Yeah. I'm super, I live for that
Same.
stuff. I need that in my life. I can't just, I can't feel in a cage. I guess we were talking about going into the office, and I got looked down on this too in my last company because I didn't want to be in that office every single day. That's something that I've got judged for. But it's I'm not motivated in these fucking 4 white walls, dude. I need to get out there. I'm better off out there working than I am sitting in this office.
Oftentimes that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's true for me too.
I get more done, I feel like. Yeah.
It's true. I mean, and different people have sort of varying abilities to work from home or work from the office, or, they have different motivations. But, for you and I, and we're starting the goddamn businesses.
Yeah.
For me, at least, I need more freedom to be long-term happy.
Yeah, for sure.
And when I say freedom, I think you also have happiness, right? That's what makes me happy, is having the freedom to do whatever I want. And whether that's, I think it's somewhat useful to have an office, right?
Yeah.
But it's also very useful to be optional about going in.
It for sure is useful to have an office. And I do think at the beginning, you kind of have to, and then you build the team, and then, well, at least for you and I, then we can step away a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's there are people who do have to be in the office every single day for what we do, but it's not going to be me.
No. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. You guys figure it out.
I started this shit. That's why that's the whole goal.
We started it. That's the card that I pulled.
Right.
You figure it out. I got us this far. Help me.
Yeah,
here,
exactly. It's true. It really is.
Yeah.
It's I didn't get bitch, I didn't get a motherfucking paycheck for a long time starting this shit.
I don't even want to talk
First
about
day
that.
you started getting salary, man.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah. How long did you go without taking a paycheck?
Well, for me, I started both of my venture-backed businesses in college still. So, back to the college thing, I was going to college, but also starting my several different businesses in there. So, I'm sitting in class and just, designing websites, packaging, whatever it is, doing the thing.
Yeah.
And so that's the way that that I did college.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the way that it started.
Yeah.
So I didn't get paid for a long time. I mean, with Barnana, we worked on it as sort of like a side hustle for, I want to say, a year and a half or two or more.
That's about how long it was for me too.
Yeah, before we actually launched. And, during that time, I was also running my other startup tech company. And the fortunate thing about that is that we sort of had a client services business.
Yeah.
And then we would take all the retained earnings and then put that into our technology platform.
Yeah.
Thus to not have to raise money and all of that. So it was more cash flow positive than sort of a products business. It's very capitally intensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I was the same. I didn't take a paycheck for the first 2 years.
Oh yeah.
That goes back to how glamorous people think it looks, and meanwhile you're like, oh, I'm eating cup of noodles for dinner.
Yeah, it's true.
What's your background? Your parents? What did your parents do? Were they entrepreneurs?
No. So I grew up relatively poor in the sort of rural area.
Mm-hmm.
We relied on government assistance growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad was disabled; he couldn't work, and so his paycheck was, I don't know, $600 a month or something like that.
Wow.
And my mom was a nurse, and so for me it was tough. Yeah, I always had, from the ages of 13 until present, really, I always had a job. There was no lapse in having a job and having a side hustle and doing all that shit, because I just knew that there was no fucking way I was going to allow my future self, to live this way. There was just not an option in my head, right? So it was boom, get out of Nebraska, move to California, get any job that I could fucking possibly get, right? Start doing that shit. I was selling computers at Best Buy. I was making Subway sandwiches at fucking Subway. Shout out to Subway.
I worked at Subway before too.
Shout out to Subway.
The meat in a bag.
Yeah.
Gross.
Oh, so nasty.
The slimy meat in the bag.
And you just smell, people are like, oh yeah, every time I'm going to Subway, they're like, that bread smell. And I'm like, that's what I smelled like every day of my life.
When you leave there, your hair or beard reeks of it.
So bad.
It's like walking out of a casino smelling like smoke.
It's exactly like that.
Fucking hell.
It's terrible. Yeah. It's really miserable.
No, that's really cool though. So you didn't really get it from anybody. It's just what you knew. You wanted a different life.
Yeah. I sort of had an artistic upbringing, so I would paint a lot, and I would sell paintings at galleries and shows and stuff like that. And then the realization that I came to was, oh wow, my hourly payment for my paintings is so low, because you pour your heart and soul into painting, and then it's so hard to sell.
Next.
You're just some fucking teenage kid selling paintings. Who the fuck wants to buy a painting from you?
Yeah.
And so then I figured out that logos and packaging and branding were the creative outlets that were rewarded by the market.
Yep.
And so that's sort of the genesis of how that all started.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So mine's literally the polar opposite.
Yeah.
My dad was raised dirt poor, lived in New York, dirt poor. His dad left him when he was 10 years old, one of 5 brothers, moved to Vegas when he was 25, and literally built an empire.
Wow.
Self-made millionaire. So I grew up as a rich kid.
Yeah.
But my dad never spoiled me or gave me handouts. He's always figure it out. You need to work for it. If you want to live this life, you figure it out, I mean, he would help me, but it's he always instilled that in me. And I guess my point of view is I didn't want my lifestyle to change. And I knew growing up and seeing what he did and what we had, it's that's what I wanted. So, and I never wanted his help, it's I'm going to do this on my own. I kind of feel I have something to prove to him. See, I told you,
for sure,
Well,
it's good that you have that mentality, because I think, the opposite end of that is where, maybe the father or the mother don't have that purview with their kids, and they're like, I'm just going to give them whatever they want. Timmy,
I've seen it.
Timmy, you want to see class? Okay,
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, and then what ends up happening is those kids, they don't feel like they have anything to prove.
Yeah, and they're total degenerate losers.
Yeah. Oftentimes.
Yeah. more times they're degenerate losers than not.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
It's probably true with like all people now that I really think about it. I think about like the people that I used to live next to in Southeast San Diego. I'm like, yeah, most of them are still losers for sure. That's super interesting to hear, actually, because, you know, I do think that, you know, you sort of see, it's so interesting. Like it's like the diametrically like opposite upbringings, right?
Totally.
This is super fascinating to me.
Yeah.
And the perspective of saying, you know, you see what your dad has and like what he created and the respect that you have for sort of what he had built.
Yeah.
And saying like, man, I don't want my success to be anything but that or better, right? Like it.
Yeah.
And that's got to be something crazy to live up to too, right? It's like
it's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for me sometimes. It is something that I struggle with, but I've gotten better. Like I would say I'm pretty hard on myself. Are you?
Oh, dude, yeah, ruthless.
Yeah, like
Ruthless.
but I've always been that way. Like body image hard on myself, work ethic hard on myself. Like I have such high expectations for myself that it's like I'm my own worst enemy, you know? It's hard, but it is something that I've definitely like I'm conscious about now and I work on.
Yeah, that's important too. That's the self-awareness thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you have to somewhat let yourself get a pass on certain things, but also keep yourself ruthlessly fucking accountable for the things that you're sort of getting off the path about. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those things. The self-awareness thing, I think, is, and you know, you hear some people talk about it, but it really is understanding those kinds of things. It's understanding your strengths, your weaknesses, your vices, your perceptions and perspectives on life, and being like, huh, is that the best me?
Yeah.
How do I make how do I make that happen?
Yeah, because I do, like, I am self-aware, and it's like I do want to be the best me. So like if someone tells me that I'm not, like that there's something about me that should change, like I'm super open to that because I want to be the best version of myself, you know?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'm like aware of that. So it pisses me off sometimes when people don't fucking see that. You know?
Absolutely.
It's like, dude, I'm over here working my ass off. Like if there's something wrong with me, like you let me know and I'll work on it.
Yeah.
But you have to tell me. You know?
Yeah.
You have to communicate with me what's wrong with me or what you're not happy with so I could change it.
And
you
it
know?
also better be real.
Yeah.
Not just like some weird jealousy.
Yeah, it better not be your fucking issue.
Exactly.
You know? If it's your issue, don't talk to me about it. You deal with that.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, it's hard to deal with feedback sometimes, right? Whether it
is.
You know, it's buyer feedback in a meeting, or it's creative feedback on a package, or it's personality feedback on the whatever, and you're like, all right, who the fuck's delivering the message? Do I respect their opinion?
Well, it's like every single message is different too.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you have to stop listening to people.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, they're like, "Oh, this is too big," like on your packaging, and you know, like in the beginning when you would first get feedback, and you're like, they're like, "That's too big," and you're like, "Oh, I'll fix that." And now I'm just like, I'm not changing it.
Yeah.
You know, like this is what it is. Like I believe in this. Like I'm not changing it.
I've had to go the other way because my natural inkling my whole life is like, fuck off.
Yeah. That's
not making shit bigger. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
No.
Your idea is fucking terrible.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck what you think. This is the shit that I know. So now
I'm right, you're wrong.
I've been trying to be like, okay, yeah. And then, you know, I don't say it's a good idea or a bad idea. And I just listen. And then
smile and nod your head.
Okay.
And then they forget they even said it.
Yep. And then I'll think about it over the course of a few days or weeks or something.
Or seconds.
Yeah, or seconds. Yeah. Like, that's a fucking dumb idea. Yeah. But I'll be like, right. Interesting.
Such a good idea. Yeah. I'll think of that.
Maybe you should try that and then bring it to me to review. That's one of the...
I know.
That's one of the all-time best ways to get around stuff like that. Like, that's a great idea. Maybe you should try that and then show me what it looks like next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait. It never came.
Yeah.
No, why'd that happen?
Insane.
Yeah. What do you think sort of the keys to success with Spudsy is now and what'll be in the future for the brand? Do you see this being sort of a platform to launch new sweet potato-based products? Is it all Spuds? Is it, you know, where do you see this idea really going?
Yeah, I want Spudsy to be the sweet potato brand because one doesn't exist. And so I want to have puffs and We have a sweet potato pasta formulated too, so it'll sit on the shelf next to Bonza, 2-year shelf life. Kind of what Cala Power's doing.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing is really cool. Like pizza crust, sweet potato pizza crust, tortillas. Like I do want to try to expand in the snacking section, just because like that is the biggest opportunity, I feel like, is that snacking aisle.
Yeah.
But I do want to be like the sweet potato brand. I feel like we have like the name and the branding, and it's like we're talking about timing. Like I just feel like we're there, you know? And so I really do feel like Spudsy's like my $100 million idea.
Yeah. I think the platform is a great idea.
Yeah.
I really do. And I do think that you see different, mediums, formats, substrates that just previously weren't used. And the great thing about sweet potatoes is everybody already eats them.
Yep. And there's like no education involved. Like when all the chickpeas started, it's like, personally, I never even heard of a chickpea. Like I did, but I was like, what is it? Is it a bean? Is it like, what is it?
Is it a pea?
Yeah. Is it hard? Is it soft?
Yeah.
Like,
what is that shit?
Yeah. Does it come in a can? Like what is it?
Does it come in a can? Does it come in a can? Wow. It sounds like it does.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I didn't get it. And cauliflower, it's like, I don't want to eat cauliflower. It stinks. And it's like, I don't want to eat it. That's why I honestly was shocked. Like, that's why I became so obsessed with this, because I feel like there's a white space and no one's done it, and someone needs to do it, and I'm going to do it. And I just feel so passionate and confident about it. And from what I've seen so far, it's working.
Yeah.
And so I'm stoked.
Yeah, your sort of frenetic energy and passion for the brand and the product is somewhat contagious. So,
thank you.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Thank you.
So I guess at this point you can tell people where to buy it.
Yeah, so we just got into Wegmans about 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
We'll be in there in the next 8 weeks. HEB, Central Market. We're launching into Safeways. And Amazon.
Awesome. Amazon.
Yeah, and more to come. Yeah, Spudsy.com.
And your Instagram handle?
Instagram handle, Spudsy Foods.
Spudsy Foods.
Yeah.
Follow them on Instagram. Awesome product, awesome company, awesome founder, all the rest of it. Thanks so much for being on. It was awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Woo!
Welcome to the Nick Ingersöll Show.
Thank you, everybody, for listening, and thank you to Barnana. You can head over to BARNANA.com and use code NIK to get 20% off of your very first order. And until next time, I'm out.